minutes, and I think some people would agree with you with that. I do think you would. But I'm not going to skirt around the issue. I mean, I don't think United are going to lose today, so I don't think it's anything we need to really concern ourselves with. But if we were to lose today, I would be absolutely honest with you and say that I think he'd have to be sacked. He wouldn't be, but I think you'd have to be, because you can't be 15th in the league and 13 points off top 4. You can't be that in November. And also, I think, as I said, I think losing to Newcastle, well, we've lost to them before, that's what you get. But I'll tell you what, it's November the 10th. If Manchester United win today, I'm putting the bloody Christmas tree up. We need something to celebrate. We do, don't we? We need something to celebrate. I'm as you can tell, I'm feeling positive. I think United are going to win, but it's not. I've got none of the bravado of Newcastle and Bournemouth. Oh, we're definitely going to win. This is cautious optimism. I mean, I think we all know anything can happen. I'm just going to go into it, benefit of the doubt, and hope that we can win. To think he was going to start today is massively naive. We've given a 3-year contract to a player who can't play more than an hour. And you lot are thinking, oh, we can play Thursday night and Sunday. He can't. It's been proven he cannot do it. Mourinho used to always sub Mata off after 70 minutes, and Mourinho's been gone for over a year. Well, a year. So, Mata's done. Mata is done. He cannot play Thursday, Sunday football. And Ashley Young can't do it either. That's why Young played on Thursday. So all these experienced players who are meant to help the dressing room, even though we're absolutely blind as a team with no leadership, Mata could never play today. A draw is a crap result, but nothing ever gets done off a draw. A draw is like, oh, well, we didn't lose. So I think if we draw and end up in 12th or 13th place tonight, that's an abomination. That is unacceptable. But it will be accepted because we drew. So part of me thinks, well, what's the difference between 14 points and being 12th or 13th, or 13 points and losing and being 14th or 15th? They're both awful. Today is about winning, then it's not about losing or drawing. So I would rather lose than draw today, because a draw doesn't do anything other than, keep paper in the crack. So I think I said it during the time. I think Mourinho did set Rashford and Martial back 2 years, and some people don't want to hear that, but I do, and I think it'd be hilarious if Mourinho took over Arsenal, because he will destroy them. But he's a short-term manager who tries to win trophies, and he did win 2 trophies at United, and now he's gone. And he definitely hasn't got the patience for development, which is why he bought Sanchez and kicked Martial out of the team, who just scored 3 goals in 3 games before that, because he can't be doing with the inconsistencies. Will ever sell the club, and Woodward and the whole board will never leave the club. It both scares and makes me angry. I don't think you're wrong, Paul. I don't think you're wrong. I think we are in a situation. We've just got to take. That wasn't me grabbing my groin there. That's my sort of pulling my tracksuit bottoms down. I've got tight pants on, so I wouldn't be touching that. Can you give my comments, please? United win, says Ali A Talks United. And who is worse, Moyes or Ollie? Says Ziad. I was thinking about this the other day, and it's not really a conversation I want to have on a when we're playing a game that I think we're going to win. But I mean, look, I much prefer Ole Gunnar Solskjaer as United manager, because I like Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. I never wanted David Moyes. From the day we appointed him, I never wanted him. And I know that sounds in hindsight a genius, but it's the same as Fellaini. The second we bought him, I didn't want him, and I didn't want Moyes either. But probably United may well have been a better team under Moyes. He didn't get that long, did he? But because remember, he did that interview after the game when he said we were awful and it's not acceptable. Apparently the club didn't like that, and have told and won't allow him to do any more post-match interviews, and he's been stripped to the captaincy. And I thought, well, take that with a pinch of salt. It's not true, but De Gea was captain on the opening day of the season, so he was clearly going to be the captain, and now he's had it taken off him. When Pogba comes back, would you play him where Pereira plays at the moment, to be honest? I'm hoping Pereira can put in a good performance. My brother bought me a Lingard shirt, says Brandon Slaughter. Just use it to wipe the toilet. And do you think Ollie trusts Carrick? Manchester United in front, Pereira with the goal. What did you think of Sheffield United disallowed goal? It shouldn't have been disallowed. Well, Martial gets acres and acres of space, and he gives it to Pereira. He shoots and it deflects in. It's a little bit soft, but we'll take it. It's 1-0 to Manchester United. And look, Pereira's had a lot of stick over the last few days. And maybe, those sort of things can, I'm not going to say it can change a career, but he gets a little bit of luck there. And I certainly think in Pereira there is a player. It's just whether he can be consistently good enough for Manchester United. But we've got that golden goal in the first 20 minutes that we desperately needed. United going in front. I think we've got some ridiculous record when we are in front at Old Trafford. And as I said, I've not been impressed with Brighton so far. They've offered very, very little, and United have just been flirting around the goal, and they've got the goal. Martial with the assist. You see, Martial just brings so much quality to that Manchester United side, and he is the one who gives the assist. It's a little bit lucky, and I'm sure people will say it's lucky, but haters will say it's lucky, but it's Manchester United 1-0, and it's Andreas Pereira. Their keeper can do nothing about it. United leading 1-0, and we've got that goal in the first 20 minutes. That's the main thing. And Pereira, you know, Pereira's got the goal. And it's 2-0. It's 2-0 to Manchester United. It might be. I think it's McTominay who gets it. It's a cross comes in. We get onto Harry Maguire's head, and it's sort of bouncing around the line. And I think Scott McTominay gets it over the line. Well, this Brighton are shit. I told you. I said they're rubbish. Where are they getting all their points from? But Manchester United are cruising here. It's like what should be happening against Brighton. I think we're all in a sense of shock ourselves. The cross comes in. Harry Maguire gets up. It's floating around, and I think Scott McTominay helps it over the line over the international break as well. And we've got Ollie back at the wheel. No, I'm not going to start on that crap, but he's just been very assured so far, hasn't he? Young's been off corners of late as well. Noticed as Kushrao Chinoy. Ashley Young should be off on a Caribbean cruise for Christmas, to be honest. We don't need him at Old Trafford. Go and get some nice weather, or a Scandinavian cruise if you like it cold. Brighton team has beaten Spurs 3-0. Why is he bantering them? I've been very open about that. I've said my disrespect for Brighton is totally unfair, but I predicted Brighton to go down, and I always just think Brighton are shit. And to be honest with you, there obviously is something about Brighton that's good, but I've not been impressed with them, and they're 2-0 down after half an hour. So I can't pretend to be impressed by Brighton when I don't think they've been very good in this game. But obviously they have been good throughout the season. To not sit back, then we will beat them. Would you kiss DT's forehead for 10 quid, says Red Devil? No, I wouldn't do it for 100 times that. And Young, clearly, oh yeah, 100%. I'm just going to have to stand up. Stand up, stand up. I'm your brother. Oh, my back's really hurting me today. John Moss even looks tired when he's handing out yellow cards. It's because it's all the heavy lifting. He needs to have a sit down. He can't wait for half time. Anyway, we've had 4 minutes added on in this half. On that, please subscribe to the channel if you're new. But half time, Manchester United leading 2-0. First goal from Andreas Pereira. Martial picks it up in the box, lays it off to Pereira. He gets the shot away. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer walking off like a don, smiling, happy. Ollie's at the wheel. You know, he'll milk a good performance because he's got to. I've got no problem with Ollie doing that. He will milk a good performance. And what's wrong with me today? I normally can do the whole 3 hours without going to the toilet, but I've got a what do they call it? I've got a bladder like a hedgehog's water bottle at the moment. But there we go. Manchester. Can we win the league in the next 5 years? Says CSD. Yeah, we've just beat Brighton. You know. Jazz. Mark, you're a flip-flop, says Stoic Savage. Well, you know what I would say to that, Stoic, is you're just somebody on a live comments probably trying to troll me. But if you want to actually give me evidence of it, then I will absolutely put you in your place, because it's just very easy to say somebody is a flip-flop because maybe they've changed their opinion on something. But I've never said the words Ollie out, and I've justified it so many times. And I was very late in saying Mourinho out. And I know it frustrates people, but I don't make my mind up about those things. I don't make my mind up about those things with any hint that I might change it back. So when I was Mourinho out, I knew he was done. And I'll be Ollie out when I know he's done, and not before. So, you know, you can take your flip-flop and you can shove it up your arse, to be honest, because there. I bet his arse was going like a rabbit's nose though. There, you know, you don't want to be getting a red card on your debut. That would be awful. To be honest with you, and Brighton nearly got a goal there, and they have got a goal now. It's a corner for Brighton. Poor defending, and it's the same old story for Manchester United in the second half, isn't it? Cross comes in, they've got the momentum. We should have put this game to bed, and as per usual, United in the second half have got all the bite of a roadkill. They're absolutely just awful in the second half. United, I don't know how this keeps happening. Second half, Brighton 2-1, and it's game on now. And we've fallen asleep again, and we've come out. And it's you know what? I said if we end up drawing this game, maybe Paul was right at half time. You know, have we been that good in this game? Or have we, you know, and will we come out in the second half like we never do? This game should be put to bed. I think Brighton have been awful. And United, as per usual, let a team back in. I tell you what, go and get the bloody third goal now and put this game to bed, because it's not like we weren't warned. Brighton had just had a really good bit of play to make it, to give themselves a chance for the corner, and then we've gone bloody concede from it. Who was marking who? But again, you know, Dunk is... It's 3-1, Rashford. There we go. That's what you want to see. Wrap it up and take it to Santa. Martial gets through. Pulls it back to Rashford. And it's a great finish by Rashford, the way he puts it in the top corner. And it's a great through ball by Fred. And it's Martial with another assist. And that's what you need to respond. Get out there and respond. 2 assists for Martial. Martial's been the star in this game. United back in front. Martial, 2 assists. Getting us out of jail there. Superb. What a response. Well, Rashford's just missed an open goal now. The game is so stretched. It's 2v1. It's Dan James. Dan James delivering an absolutely fantastic cross again. And Rashford misses an open goal. You couldn't write it. You couldn't write it. Rashford's just scored an absolutely brilliant finish. Easier chance and he puts it wide. Misses an open goal. That's Marcus... Wrap that up and send it to Santa, because that's Marcus Rashford in a sentence, isn't it? Really good finish. Next chance even easier and misses it. He just hasn't. He hasn't got it. He just hasn't got it. In fact, I've heard that Marcus Rashford, when he has to be spoon-fed when he eats, because it's a 50-50 chance as to whether he'll put it in his mouth when he feeds himself or give himself a black eye. That's Marcus Rashford. You know, either brilliant or absolutely atrocious when it comes to his finishing.